This program is proudly sponsored by DT's Hotel, where every colour of the rainbow drinks. Corner of Hyatt and Church Streets, Richmond.
There's a look that's in everyone's eye. Now the waiting, the anticipating is over, 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 over. Put your boots and get out in the sun. Summer's here and we're gonna have fun. Your days are past and at last you can really feel free. And you can run in the sun, having fun with the one that you really love. Walk in the sand.
Yeehaw, and welcome to this, our second show for the year 2001. And it's a huge show this week. We have the boys from Corpus Christi, who are sitting either side of me here right now, Paul Vaup and Andrew Hall, who are coming in to talk about how their week's gone this week. Let's introduce our squealers today. We have some special ones, as well as our usual family members. Troy, how are you?
Good, I thought you were calling me the special one.
Well,
then.
you're a special one. A special test pattern hairdo.
Lovely.
Changes every week. Miss Penelope.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back. Now, we were talking before the show. It has been 12
it's
months.
been a whole year.
Can you
since I've been on
believe that?
Twitter. And it seems like I was only, the other week waiting. And then I was on. And now I'm back again, waiting.
Well, we're going to see a little bit more because Penelope's going to be doing a performance.
You're going to see a bit of my snatch ladder, aren't you?
Oh, fantastic. We look forward to that. Now, up on news desk, Mr. Director, we have Robert. Hello, Robert.
Hello.
How are you?
Well, thank you.
Nice haircut.
Thank you.
Welcome back. And sitting right next to Robert, down a little bit, is the one and only Miss Tabitha Turlington.
And I have to say a really big hello to all the boys at Port Phillip Prison. Hi guys! Well, we get a lot of mail from them. It's lovely to have you watching every week. I just hope hands are above the bed.
And of course...
Oh, and Danielle, hi.
A natural beauty herself, Monique. Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Good. Yes. Of new haircut as well.
And a new haircut.
New haircut as well. All right, let's get on with it. We have Paul Vaup and Andrew Hall. Andrew plays Matthew in the production of Corpus Christi, and Paul is the producer of said production. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
I guess it's been a while since I've had a few bomb threats and protesters and threatening phone calls. So yeah, it keeps life interesting.
Pretty full on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock, you would have heard about Corpus Christi, which is a play that opened as part of the Midsumma Festival for this year. There was a small protest on Wednesday night. I do say small. I actually was lucky enough to go along and see the production, which was wonderful. And there was a little group of Muslim people over there with their little doilies and their little beards, and I'll probably get shot for that. And then there was a little bunch of pensioner Christians, which was really cute as well, with their little Madonna and her ivory cross. The executive producer and I hung around outside waiting for these people to harass us. Nothing. They were more interested in talking to the camera crew. So it was very disappointing. And we came out and they weren't even there in the end.
They're camera hogs.
But you were saying that there was an article in the paper that likened the Muslim men to a bunch of a cartoon character, in the South Park cartoons, how they all and when I went, there was this buzz. It was like, there's like underneath us. It was really quite funny. How's it been for you this week?
It's been great from a performer's perspective to have gotten through all of the stuff and the junk that's been going on, and get the show up, get people coming and seeing it and loving it, and finally it's not about the junk anymore.
That's right.
Yeah. What is the show actually about? Give us a bit of a rundown of what it's actually about.
What's your message?
To cause all this
The message of love. It's a retelling of the passion story of the Jesus story, with the bent that the Christ figure in this production called Joshua is a gay man, as is Judas. There's some discrepancy as to whether all the other apostles are or whether just some of the other apostles are. And that obviously is where the furor is coming from. Because he couldn't have been, could he?
No,
not something that vile.
I mean, I know I've always had a strong belief, like with Madonna, a lot of this bad press that they do about, like, with her and they have done with, like, your play, it actually gives more awareness to, that you're actually out there, and probably puts you more in the public eye than what just your normal day-to-day, advertising would do.
Oh, absolutely.
It certainly hasn't hurt.
You couldn't have asked for a bigger advertising budget than the national news, for God's sake.
You can't buy time on 5 national channels, can you?
That's right. Well, and apparently anyone that has gone along to the play has been cursed. I haven't felt it myself. But it's true. They asked God Almighty to curse all those who assisted in this filthy act.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Obviously, they must have had a bad line to heaven because we survived. So.
Absolutely. The play goes until the 2nd of February?
4th of February.
4th of February. Yep, okay. And tickets are available through?
The Athenaeum or Ticketmaster.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how are the shows selling? Are the tickets still available?
Selling very well.
Yeah.
Selling very strong. Obviously, the first few nights were sellouts.
Yeah, it was packed when we were there.
Yeah, sales are pretty healthy, but people can still get tickets.
Now, are they still lobbering at the front? Or?
Oh yes. Well, I think Friday was a holy day, so we lost part of our friends, a number of our friends.
And are you religious at all? Have you got any sort of belief in religion or anything?
I was raised Catholic, but I have my own interpretation of.
And I think that's all they need to understand. Everyone's entitled to their own interpretation.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was this picked specifically for Midsumma? Was this?
Well, we just thought, it's a very important play, and I think all of us know people who have a struggle between sort of coming out and their religious beliefs, and we thought this was just a very important play to do because I think it sets that right.
Well, there are so many people that brought up, even let's say Greeks, Italians, whatever, Muslim, Jewish people, that they're so brought up, brainwashed, or it's knocked into them. You cannot be gay if you're this religion. You cannot be gay if you're this religion, and they're so fucked up because they want to do what they want to do, but they can't because they keep thinking. Do you know what I mean? It's always in the back of their head. They're like,
okay,
which is silly.
All right, I hate to cut into this because it's a great and also a very personal one for me as well, having 8 years of religion rammed down into my head. I'm Muslim.
There is life in the
word, Joycey, baby. We are going to Robert now, and he's going to fill up. Go to Robert.
Hello. Bit of activity on commercial television last week with the gay man in Swan Hill. He has been forced to leave town after proposing a gay and lesbian health forum and cultural festival for the town. Scott Wheatland had the idea for the festival, which would have featured the launch of a survival guide for country-based members of the GLBT community after a friend who could not face coming out in a country town committed suicide. When announcing the proposed festival, Wheatland stated that it was not true that rural communities are made up of narrow-minded, intolerant rednecks. Unfortunately, the behaviour of some people in the town contradicts this. After experiencing abuse and seeing his once successful restaurant fail, Wheatland has been forced to move to Melbourne. Wheatland's parents also live in the town, and they plan to spend the rest of their lives there. However, they too have become the target of personal abuse and are now considering leaving their hometown as well. A bit closer to home, the Glasshouse Hotel, which is Melbourne's only full-time lesbian venue, closed last week and will be put on the market. So nowhere to go anymore. The owner cites falling profits for the sale. Thank you.
Yes, and apparently lesbians don't drink as much as us puffs, so there's something for you to think about as well. Now, boys, the main message that I got from this play is that we all love each other, and that's what it's all about, loving mankind and allowing everyone to have our differences. We're going to go to see some footage now, not of your production, unfortunately. This is of Bison, which is also playing as part of the Midsumma Festival, which some people in the room went to see the other night. Let's go to that now.
And you said I'm in love with me? Me? Don't know.
Amanda Adams. I'm here at the Mechanics Institute in Brunswick with Lachlan Philpott and Alison Campbell. They're with a play called Bison, and we're going to talk to them about what it's all about. So first of all, if you could start off with telling me briefly what the play's all about.
Sure, I'll start. It's about one man who goes through a whole journey of different sexual experiences, and he's sort of balancing the relationship that he's having with a whole lot of other sexual encounters and trying to work out things from that. So the play traces this journey of where he goes.
Okay. What's the significance of the title?
I suppose it refers to an aspect of the community that I think is fairly interesting, and that is the whole idea of herding, people following each other, people following the same trends, and people trying to aspire to look the same and behave the same. And a lot of the time it's, it could be to a very masculine image, or it could be to aspire to be a drag queen or whatever, but there's sort of a whole lot of patterns that people follow, that gay men follow anyway.
Okay. So is the play relevant to gay women or straight people as well? Is that something that...
I think it is, and that was the response the first time that we did the play, was that the actual things that happen are very universal, and although you're looking specifically at the gay male environment, that doesn't mean that those patterns and emotions and the relationships and the wondering about other things don't affect straight people and gay women. I had a lot of friends who came, gay women, who really enjoyed it and actually could empathise with the character and see the dilemmas that go on. And the straight audience actually really loved it and felt that it wasn't just talking to gay men, it was actually about everybody.
Okay.
I think it's for anyone who's ever had a relationship, there's a lot of things in it.
So it's a good one for everyone to go on and
yeah.
Okay. I've heard that there's some nudity in the play. Is that truth or?
Well, no, it is true, and I think the difference with our nudity as opposed to some other nudity, particularly if you look at there's a show that's going to be on in Sydney for Mardi Gras called Naked Boys Singing. That to me seems to be complete gratuitous nudity for no other reason than seeing dick. But yeah, I think our nudity is in the context of the play. So while people can come along just to see a bit of cock if they want to, but I think there's a bit more to it than that.
We can't say that on TV, actually.
You can't?
No.
Really?
That's okay.
Oh, okay.
And there we go, and that was some of the people from Bison talking about that, which was, we had some of their rehearsals on last week's show. We are getting a big wind-up because we've gone on a bit. 13 gorgeous guys on stage the whole time. They change in front of you. They play different characters. It's really, really worth a visit down to the Athenaeum to see Corpus Christi. That's it. Thank you very much, guys, for coming in today. And as I said, get down there and support this and make up your own mind. That's what it's all about. When we come back, we've got Que Sera and Akash, and they're coming in to talk about the show The Naked Drag Queen, which was also part of the Midsumma Festival, and we're flipping, flopping cameras left, right and centre. Come back to us soon.